I'm Zoe Gray. I'm a senior at the University of Vermont, and welcome to my TED Talk. I'm going to ask a silly question first. You know, icebreaker, whatever. Have you ever looked at a skein of yarn and really into it? Okay, let me explain myself here. Yarn. Yes, yarn. The thing that comes from shearing a sheep. You see, when you shear the sheep, it makes wool, right? We as a society, we should love wool. We use it for heat, it's a great insulator, and it can be spun into fabrics such as felt, and of course yarn. Okay, the joke's over. That's not funny anymore, I digress. See, I come from a long line of farmers on both sides of my family. We have farms in Puerto Rico and Jamaica. I've spent all my youthful summers herding donkeys and goats, cleaning horses, picking fruit, and eating what I've reaped. The farms taught me a lot of things about myself, and things that I should know, skills I should carry into adulthood, and my career. Hard work, waking up early, and being self-reliant, right? The hard work from watching my grandmother capture our goats that escaped, waking up early, because it's dawn and the plots and the pastures need a good tilling, because, you know, we need seeds to sow our crops, so we can eat. And self-reliance, because one day, I'll have to do it myself. Because one thing I've learned is that grandparents don't live forever. And while neither of these farms had sheep, no yarn, we had bundles of yarn from when my aunts and uncles were younger. So as a kid, I'd stay inside and play with yarn. Now at 20, I've forgotten all about it. That was until one day I was bored at my internship at Discovering Justice and saw a skein of yarn and saw myself in its reflection. Yarn, reflection. Yarn isn't a reflective material, but it is useful. Remember those uses I talked about? It can be spun, pulled apart, put back together again to find its purpose again, right? Right? Ring any bells? Definitely, okay. So, while I'm not on the farm anymore, I've had to relearn those skills. Don't sleep in, because the green line isn't trustworthy and the red line is down again. You should work hard to impress the ED, the executive director that is, because, you know, maybe you'll get a job at the end of this, but that's a story for another time. Rely on yourself because only you know the one truth, and it's yours, so keep your word and the rest will fall into place. All those stressors we have, whether you notice it or not, are exactly what they sound like they are. They're stressors, it's stress. Taking time for yourself, finding your people, and self-reflection are all integral things that I've done in my time here. We are the yarn. Our experiences, whether they're from this internship or not, have molded us into the material, the person that we are today, and it's up to you to decide whether you want to be pulled apart, spun, or pieced back together again. I wrote this from my desk, staring at my big pink skein of yarn. And as I write this, with my yarn on my desk, as a letter to you all, I have been pieced back together again. Have you?